I've always wanted to do a sort of old-fashioned American television show that was different every week, a true anthology show. This is the way TV was from like right after World War II until like the early 60s. And the idea that you would have a different show every week, that you could get an incredible cast because you don't have to sign an actor on for 6 years, and that you would get something different every week. And you add to that the Romanoffs part was really the last thing to come in a way, because I thought of the story that we're seeing tonight and I was like, I could do them all about this, because I am really interested in identity and legacy and genetics and nature versus nurture, and also like, I mean, the funny part, a bunch of people who think they used to be great. I don't know if that makes sense to you right now in the world. I was like, I think it's worth doing. And so it was like, part of it was like and the Romanoffs themselves have been the subjects for like over 100 movies and books and plays, and it's an entertaining story, not just because it's about power being eroded, but it's also this crime story, and the really, really good ones always get into the psychology of not just the disintegration, but the family. I mean, there's so many like primal elements to it, the bleeding prince and Rasputin and Anastasia and that marriage and like the murders themselves, like how it just rolled out of the Bolshevik Revolution. You know, that is all kind of juicy storytelling. If that was your past, are you a survivor? Are you entitled? Are you just somebody working at Starbucks? So that to me was like, it's hard to explain, but I don't really approach things from an intellectual process. I am actually interested in entertainment.
This is really different because first, it's very short, and I thought that the character was, and the whole movie was so well written that it was just taking right. You know, you had just, it was, this man is so gifted. He knows exactly what he wants. And when you work with strong people, you become strong. There's a kind of assurance there, which makes you sure to, if you see somebody on stage who is shy and doesn't know what, you become, as in the audience, also a little bit uncomfortable. And he is this, you know, just this assurance he has made me also say, okay, something which I don't know, because I liked always the opposite characters, very soft and losers, or not in the American movies. I played terrorists and tough cookies. But this is, and I'm not dying in the end. In all the movies I die, not in this one.
I mean, it just sort of came out of the blue. I mean, they'd obviously been filming it for ages, because I'm in the last one, and I just got sent a few scenes to audition with. It was all very secret, and then got asked to do it, and I couldn't believe it, to be honest. Like, it was a very brief amount of time because they were standalone episodes. So I mean, I feel slightly guilty talking to you tonight. To be honest, I'm just realising now I'm getting to the end of the line. I feel like a fraud. I popped in briefly, so but yeah.
It's like nothing I've ever done before. I normally work in the world of the theatre, and an odd little telly role pops up, you know, every decade. And so to come into something, you know, on this scale has just been amazing, and to work with all these wonderful people, it's been wonderful. And it's great to work with people who are really at the top of their game, because it raises your own game as well.
It's different every week. You never have to catch up. You can watch them in any order. You're gonna like some, you're gonna not like some other ones as much. And I think even people who like watch TV, like as you know, as TV and film sort of merge, they don't even really know what to do with this. Even, you know, Black Mirror has a genre, but you know, this is a variety. I mean, I'm not saying anything. I love Black Mirror, believe me. I watch all of them, but you sort of get a chance to tell the story in different ways.
I think he is not afraid to do something almost classic, which is against the period we are in. Today's all violent rocks and things and cameras around. He does this and he stays with it. He said, that's the kind of movies I like to see. So the moment you know it's a fairy tale, this movie, you shouldn't take it for an intellectual, analyzing thing. It's what it is. So that makes him special, to not write on fashion. You know what's fashion? No compromise. He takes somebody who's not so known. He does something with subtitles, all things which should be normal, because we see American movies always, we are used. And in America, they don't. So a lot of things he does, which I think also today I get really caught in series where I want to see the next. So I get like stone. I lose time. I don't read anymore. And this is 8 stories, so it's a different mentality too.
Well, I think he's, I mean, you can see from watching his stuff as well that he's got this incredible skill for creating a very complete 3D world, which you can imagine goes off in every direction. I mean, he is, when you get there, he's so specific and forensic across everything. And it's an extraordinary way of working. I'd never done anything like it before.
I'm in the very final series, so in the final episode, I mean, so yeah, where I think a lot of the other things that maybe have popped up in a minor way along in the other episodes all come together. My episode's called The One That Holds It All, so that sort of pulls everything together. But you don't really know who I am for a long time. I'm just a very annoying woman on a train. And, one of those people that just won't shut up. You're trying to read a book. And I'm just determined I'm going to have a good conversation with you, whether you like it or not. And then I start to tell a fascinating story, and then off we go from there. That's the episode.
Because Amazon had confidence in him. He's the scripts are like nothing else you've read. They're sort of really outlandish and like unexpected, and they go places you wouldn't imagine. That a first-time writer might not, they might not be so forthcoming with. They're really daring, and so I think that's why you got such an amazing cast. There's so much good telly at the moment. It's a lot to watch. So I think part of his thing with this is you can sit down and you can watch them in any order, and they're all complete pieces that are finished in an hour and a half.
It's just going to be fabulous. It's set over in different continents, in different times, and it's just. Oh, there he is. He's talking. I can hear him. And I think all the stories are so very different. And they went all over the place, and there are there's I believe we've got Isabelle Huppert in a TV series, so it's amazing. So it's really wonderful. Oh, I'm just stoked to be a part of the whole thing. It's one of the biggest things that's happened to me really in my life, and I'm glad and honoured and thrilled to be a part of it.
I have a pretty low pulse once I'm working. I'm very in the moment. This is way more tense to me. And also, you don't perceive of putting your neck out there. You're really just in the work. I mean, you know what? You go into honestly, if you have my job and you ever have a problem and you wake up in the morning, you're like, there are a million people within a mile of here who want your job. What is your problem? You weren't that great a student. You have a job that I get to walk on the set and see this world that's also like, I actually think it took me a long time to really practice it wholly, but being uptight and angry on the set and or nervous even, it just makes it disintegrate. We're all fragile, let's put it this way, you have to have an environment where people are not afraid where they trust you and they're not afraid to put themselves out there, because I don't know how you are, but I literally I need preparation to look in the mirror.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey